Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Island Church Weekly Podcast, a post Easter edition. Pastor Will, you look actually fairly rested for someone who's just had to go through an Easter weekend as a pastor, which is kind of like the Super Bowl for you. So, yeah, thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking the time to be here.
Yes, a little bit of vitamin D yesterday. So that's
Yeah, that always helps.
well, let's see. Today's no Sunday
Tuesday.
afternoon. Sunday
Yeah,
afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, you got some vitamin
After
D.
everything was out, maybe I
Yeah.
fell asleep on a boat or something. No, I didn't actually fall asleep on a
Oh,
boat, but I did get some sun.
awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining me. How was Easter at Island Church? There was a lot of stuff going on, that's for
A
sure.
lot of things happening. Well, Saturday we had the Easter egg hunt, and our people just did a great job. One of the great things, Matt, that's happening right now in the life of our church is just our people are pulling together. And I encourage you, many of you, thank you. And I encourage those of you that maybe not weren't engaged this weekend in some type of helping role type of thing. And when you'd
Yeah.
like to do that, there's a place for you. And that there's just a sweet spirit and a people pulling together, and it was really magnificent just to watch it again from afar. But the Easter egg hunt really went well. I don't think we lost a single kid. I think everybody got home,
That's
right?
a that's a win. That's a win.
That's right.
Not losing kids at the Easter egg hunt is
That's
usually
right. I
the
mean,
goal.
you have three, so you understand. So we didn't lose
Yeah,
any kids, and did a great job. Thank you to the fire department and for coming out, and all the people that helped us with the games and the welcoming and the setup and tear down and the putting out the eggs
it's
and the good
huge.
news is the kids cleaned up the eggs. They did their job.
They tend to do that. They tend to do that. They like
We
they
didn't
like
have to,
those.
we didn't have to pick up after
Yeah.
them. So it was just that was a good event for us, and so that was just a big. And mostly you're dealing with smaller kids. You're talking about kids that are typically about 8 and under.
Yeah.
You got a
Yeah.
few older kids, and we know there's just quite a number of kids on the island. I don't know what we had in terms of numbers. We can go back and count them. I would guess we're probably at somewhere between 75 and 100 kids that were, in that age group. But just based on some things, but maybe we have some pictures. Maybe we can get a better idea of what that looks like. But it doesn't make any difference. We were out and we were in the community. That's a big thing. So that kicked off the
Love it.
Saturday.
Very cool.
Then we had Sunday.
Yeah.
Sunday's always coming.
Yep.
And this time, Sunday we had the sunrise service. This year we're out at the pavilion again. Thank you to our volunteers, the people that are. It's not just volunteering. It's not like they went down to some type of just random act of kindness. This
Yeah.
is actually doing ministry. They're really ministry helpers in projecting out from their church. And this is a mission project for our church, or a ministry project to our community. It's a gift, and so thank you for everyone from parking to set up again and tear down. And we've used that U-Haul this week, Matt.
Yeah.
We're professional. We don't have 2 men in the truck. We maybe have 10 men in a truck.
Yeah. Hey,
um,
many hands, light work, right?
but we push that stuff on and off between the setup at the Easter egg hunt and the sunrise service, and all the technical people, the sound people, the worship team, the welcome team that helped us with that. Again, the pavilion, there were some advantages, disadvantages. I'm not sure what we'll do next year, where we'll be in terms of the place. But the good news is we did ministry where we were. We had people that came up to us and said, "Hey, I've been here 19 years, 19 straight years. This is just the best experience yet." And we know the sound was good. Hopefully the message was good. I think it was.
Good things. I heard good things.
And I think it fit. And then the music was just outstanding as well. So overall, just our people just pull together, and just really appreciate that. It's fun to do things. It's more fun to do things with people that you enjoy and do things for the kingdom purpose. And so that was a big deal. We did the sunrise service.
Yeah.
Some of them, many of them, quite a number of them came to the 10 o'clock service. Plus, we had quite a number of guests, which it typically happens for the 10 o'clock service. I think we had someone that left the sunrise service and said, "I didn't get enough. Or I want more." They didn't.
I need more of this.
I
Yeah.
want more, and I'm going to come and to the 10 o'clock service. And they were just really moved, and we just got a lot of good feedback from that. So you just keep inviting your friends and neighbors out there to what we're doing. We'll welcome them. We're in the right spot, trying to help people experience real life.
Yeah.
A lot of our people have experienced a lot of life and good things in their life, but life in Christ and walking with Christ is an amazing thing. And we want to live out a very authentic faith in front of them. And that really matters in today's society. I won't chase it very far in our time here, but just let me say that with all the technology that people are in front of all the time, maybe like never before in history. We know that for the last 20 years plus, maybe 30 years, there's a hunger and a longing for people to connect with one another. They may not know exactly how to do it, but that's part of the reason we're even building the bridge is through the new building so that we can build relationships and connecting points for people. But it was just a great day.
Awesome.
Great day.
Awesome. Lots of recap, lots of great stuff happening. What's there's stuff coming up, of course, so maybe you can hit on that a little bit. But I'd really love to hear kind of what God has put on your heart for this kind of next season of the church. I think sometimes it's easy to think, oh, we're building up to Easter, but I know that's not your mindset. Your mindset is always, all right, what's God doing next? What's God doing next? It's not looking back, it's looking forward. So we'd love to hear your heart on like what's God doing next in the life of the church. And maybe there's some events in there, but really just love to hear for like where God kind of has you and where you think he's leading the church in the days ahead.
Well, I think as our relationships, we could do much more together than we can do separately. I think the people that God's bringing around us, God's done some people that are newer in the faith or discovering their faith, which that's always good. But he's also brought people that have maturity in their faith that can encourage and kind of set the pace. And so I think over this next summer, as our church rallies together, gets ready for our building, we're going to be waiting on the drawings. They got to do mechanical drawings. They've got to do, the HVAC, the electrical, all these kinds of things that are going to be taking place right now. The structural engineering of the whole thing. And so all that's going on right now. So what needs to be happening in life of our church is that we need to be getting prepared. We need to be in a time of, spiritual preparedness and readiness. And of course, the enemy's going to be at work. We're building a tool that can last 50, maybe 100 years, long after all of us are gone. And so the enemy's going to be at work. And then you just got human flesh kinds of things that get in the way. And so we want to make sure we're on alert. But I just would say it's just a sweet time for us to continue to grow in our relationship with one another, care for one another. And as we do that, then we become stronger. And I think that's really what's going on. And which leads us to on May the 4th.
Okay.
We're going to have a barbecue. We're going to have a barbecue, an event for us to get together. It's going to be Charles Blanton's barbecue. If you don't want it, just pass it right down to me and just, I'll be happy. But anyway, Charles just does a phenomenal job at this. He and Gail, just sweet people in our church. And he's one of those guys that has so many different gifts. Has done banking. He's built stuff. And then he could cook on top of that. I mean, what's up with this? Got all the gifts.
Get all the gifts, and then the rest of us just have to fight for the scraps, man.
Right. Thank goodness he shares it with us. But we really appreciate Charles and Gail. Charles serves as a deacon in our church, and Gail helps give leadership to our missions area, and just sweet people. So this coming up on May the 4th, which means you need to register or at least reserve your spot. Yep. How can you do that? You can do it however you want to do it. Send us a text. Send us an email. Call up here, talk to Stacy, sign up on the sheet, whatever works. But we want to celebrate the past gifts, and we want to celebrate the commitments that have been made, and we want to do this together. And it's kind of a kickoff to summer. You say, well, I'm not really involved in the bridge project. Well, come anyway. One, you'll learn, but two, it's just a time of celebration as we move into the summer, and as we make a little transition towards that. And we certainly appreciate all the sacrificial gifts, and we'll be talking about some of those particular types of gifts. People are giving all kinds of things, from coins to jewelry to washer and dryer to land to numerous things, a gun.
All right.
So there's all these kinds of things. People are doing different kinds of things. Some people are going to give towards their estate. Yeah. And that's happening. You say, well, I don't have access to resources right now. Some have given stock. Mm-hmm. So anyway, there's just a number of kinds of things. We want to just celebrate what God is doing, and then just commit our way to the Lord and commit this project to the Lord. It's going to be a while before the building gets up. It just takes a while to get the drawings together and then get it up. But that's on May the 4th, immediately following the service. I mean, be there or be square. That's what I've got to say about that.
It's going to be a good time. And then at the end of May, I just want to give everyone a heads up, because this is either you're really going to want to show up for 3 weeks in a row, or you're going to want to make sure you're out the 3 weeks in a row, depending on your perspective. But I know you're going to be on a little bit of a little much deserved, much earned vacation cruise. And we got some guest speakers. I'm excited to be there June 1st. I know your friend, Scott Weatherford, is going to be there the week before. I believe, is Leo going to be preaching as well, and kind of those 3 Sundays in a row there?
Yeah. He'll be there. So Shane and I have taken our anniversary trip. It's 40th year. Wow. We didn't really get a 30th. We didn't do anything. We didn't do anything on 35 for some reasons too. And then So we're not huge on that. We try to love each other well, all the time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then we're going to take a little couple
Will be
weeks
years.
trip, and so I'll be out at least 2 of those weeks. I mean, I won't be in the pulpit. For 3
Yeah.
weeks, but the people will be well taken care of. You guys will bring the word, and it'll be a good time, and for us in terms of the life of the church, just for that. So Sandy and I'm going to enjoy our 40th anniversary trip coming up.
So excited for you guys. It's such a testament just to the way you all love each other and seek after the Lord. And just so grateful for the way that God sustained you guys and the way that you all lead the church. It's just an inspiration, I think, to a lot of us. And so excited for you guys to get that well-earned trip. And excited to be with people in person and get to bring the word, talk about some fun stuff that God's kind of working on my heart. And just excited to be with people.
Bring some kiddos, maybe. Put some kiddos on.
I'm going to bring some kiddos, so we'll get to see my my little brood of kiddos with me. Hopefully, I'll at least be bringing our oldest, maybe some younger ones. With the littles, it kind of just depends on how they wake up. Like if they wake up and they're just ready to burn the world down, then I probably won't bring them. If they wake up and they're got kind of a sweet spirit to them, then I'll bring them. So it's just that is the every day for me is just let's see what the attitude of the littles is today. And we kind of just go with the flow and trust God for the next day.
So, every day's a new day.
Exactly. Well, Pastor Will, thank you so much for joining me today. Thanks for sharing everything at Easter. Thanks for talking about what's coming up in the life of the church. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you back here next week on the Island Church Weekly